evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order, and we'll begin with our land acknowledgement statement. We acknowledge that the ground on which we live is the traditional territory of Caldwell First Nation, of the Three Fires Confederacy, and the original people of Point Pelee, Pelee Island, and its surrounding lands and waters, and that of the Huron-Wendat and Wyandot peoples. We recognize and respect the First Nations who are stewards of the land and waters of Turtle Island, and who have embraced this stewardship since time immemorial. We would also like to acknowledge contributions of other nearby First Nation communities and all original people across Turtle Island. All right, our first order of business this evening is the election of our chair and vice chair, and I'm going to turn it over to our administrative assistant for this.
Are there any nominations for the position of chair for the Town of LaSalle Police Services Board for 2026?
I nominate Mayor Crystal Malash.
I'll second that.
And the motion carries. I need a nomination to close the I need a motion to close the nominations. Anita and Marie. And that carries. So I now declare Mayor Crystal Malash, would you like to stand for the position of chair for 2026?
Yeah, I guess.
So I now declare Mayor Malash as chair of the LaSalle Police Services Board for 2026.
Thank you very much. I'm now looking for nominations for the position of vice chair for the Town of LaSalle Police Service Board for 2026. Any nominations for vice chair?
Okay, I'm gonna Anita Rizzo Spagnoli. Did I say it right? Okay. I nominate Anita.
Okay.
I support.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? There being none, I need a motion to close the nominations. Moved by Morris, support by Marie. All in favor? And Councilor Richo Spagnola, would you like to stand for the position of Vice Chair of LaSalle Police Service Board for 2026?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I now declare you the Vice Chair as the LaSalle Police Service Board for 2026. And we'll move on to our adoption of our agenda for the January 19th, 2026 LaSalle Police Service Board meeting. If everything's okay, is it presented? If we just need to adopt it?
I so move.
Moved by Moore, support by Anita. All in favor? That carries. Any disclosures of community interest? There being none, adoption of our minutes from LaSalle Police Service Board Committee and public meetings held December 15th, 2025. Moved by Marie, support by Anita. All in favor? And that carries. Presentations and delegations. Chief, I believe it's your turn.
Thank you, Mayor Malash. Can you hear me through this? Is that better? It's my pleasure to introduce our newest constable to the LaSalle Police Services Board. Constable Nathan Vikla was sworn in as a cadet on Monday, September 2nd, 2025. He completed 13 weeks of basic constable training at the Ontario Police College on December 19th, 2025. On January 7th, 2026, he was sworn as a constable 4th class and began his field training with a coach officer. Could I have the deputy step up?
Good evening. Nathaniel grew up in Pickering, Ontario, where he was raised by his parents, Jan and Paula, alongside his younger sisters, Carrie Ann and Olivia. Throughout elementary school and high school, Nathaniel was actively involved in sports, most notably football, baseball, and hockey. Nathaniel's passion for football, combined with a strong commitment to academic excellence, led him to pursue a degree at Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. While attending Mount Allison, Nathaniel developed a growing interest in policing and completed a major in psychology with minors in sociology and, most importantly, geography. That's the one that caught our eye when we were reviewing his resume package, everybody. Following the completion of his undergraduate degree, Nathaniel decided to pursue a master's degree at the University of Windsor, where he studied sports management while continuing his football career. Upon completion, Nathaniel was given the opportunity to coach football at the University of Windsor and held various roles over 5 seasons. In this capacity, he helped guide student athletes in both their personal and professional development. Nathaniel would like to express his gratitude to his family and friends and girlfriend, Tia, for continued support. He'd also like to thank the LaSalle Police Service and the Police Services Board for the opportunity to represent and make a positive difference in the community of LaSalle. Nathaniel, come on up.
All right, just want to thank everyone for coming out. I really appreciate the support. Thank the Police Services Board, the chief, deputy, for having me and taking me on. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to making a positive change in LaSalle.
Yes, we'll do pictures after the next one. Is that okay? So right before we do that, I'm just going to get the board to the recommendations of the memorandum of Chief Pierce dated January 19th, 2026 regarding the new member introduction of the Board of Vakela be received, and the LaSalle Police Services Board recognize the newest member of LaSalle Police Services, Constable Nathaniel Vakela. Moved by Councillor Regis Bagnol, support by Maria. All in favor? And that carries, and we can move on into item 2.
Thank you, Your Worship. We would like to present Constable Jack Bartlett with a Deputy Chief Letter of Recognition.
On Friday, December 5th, 2025, Constable Jack Bartlett responded to a call involving a male in crisis who attempted suicide. The individual was discovered by his mother choking himself. Upon arrival, Constable Bartlett engaged the male using person-centered approach, demonstrating compassion and empathy. His actions were instrumental in building rapport with both the individual and his family. Ultimately, Constable Bartlett accompanied the male to the hospital for a psychiatric assessment, ensuring his safety and well-being. Later that same day, the male's mother contacted LaSalle Police Emergency Communications Center to commend Constable Bartlett. She described him as having a calming presence that made both her and her son feel safe. She expressed her sincere gratitude for his professionalism and support during this critical moment. On behalf of LaSalle Police Service, I am proud to award Constable Jack Bartlett with the Deputy Chief's Letter of Recognition. Come on up, Jack.
I'll say a similar thing as well as my partner here. Thank you everybody for being here, thank you for letting me be part of LaSalle Police. It's one of the best organizations in Ontario, and I'm proud to say that I'm part of LaSalle Police. So thank you.
So is the recommendations that the memorandum from Deputy Chief Woods dated January 7th, 2026 regarding the Deputy Chief Letter of Recognition for Constable Jack Bartlett be received for information.
So received. Moved.
Moved by Morris, support by Anita. All in favor? And that carries. And so at this time, we will take a quick break for some photos. But before we do, we want to welcome you to the town of LaSalle. We're very excited to have you joining our team. It's always nice to get people from other areas of Ontario come to our community and see how amazing we have it here. So we're very fortunate with LaSalle Police, and I hope you enjoy working with our organization, and you have some great leaders here for you today, and some in the audience as well. And so thank you for coming to support them. And to Mr. Bartlett, thank you. You know, when someone takes the time to call in after an incident and show their appreciation, it means a lot, because it really shows that you made a difference and you made an impact. And I think that's what we strive for here in the town of LaSalle. We keep telling everybody LaSalle's different, and you've shown, like others have in the last few months, how we are different is because you're caring and you take your job seriously, but you remember behind the job there's that person. And so thank you for what you've done. It's just another good news story for the town of LaSalle and how amazing our officers are. So thank you and congratulations to you as well. So we will take a quick 5-minute break for photos. We will resume with item F1, where reports and correspondence for action, LaSalle Police Service Board Governing Rules Review and Update. Hopefully everyone's had a chance to review them. Are there any questions or comments? There being none, the recommendations that the memorandum for the board secretary dated January 6, 2026 regarding an update to the LaSalle Police Services Board governing rules bylaw be received, and that the board approves the changes to its governing rules and adopt the implemented bylaw during the bylaw section of the agenda.
I'll second.
Okay, Anita and Morris, all in favor? And that carries. Item 2, political activity and use of board resources during an election policy. Again, I'm not sure if there's anything to be added to this, or if you have any questions or comments. None. Recommendations that the report from the board secretary dated January 7th, 2026 regarding political activity and use of board resources during an election policy be received, and that the board adopt the attached policy GP-021, political activity and use of board resources during an election for the 2026 to 2030 municipal election campaign period. Moved by Marie, support by Morris, all in favor? That carries. Item 3, LaSalle Police Service Board 2026 committee assignments. Hopefully you've had a chance to review those. There were some changes from last year, and it was more just streamlining the committees. There were a couple that we weren't meeting at all, actually. So we decided to do a little bit of changing as far as that goes, but if there's no questions there. The memorandum for the board secretary dated January 7, 2026 regarding the 2026 LaSalle Police Service Board committee assignments be received, and that the 2026 LaSalle Police Service Board committee assignments be approved.
So move.
Moved by Moore, support by Anita. And all in favor? Carries. You okay? Okay. Our consent agenda has 6 items. Is there anything anyone wants to pull out and speak to directly? I wanted to pull out, obviously, item number 1, and I haven't had a chance to speak with Chief Davies. I don't know if you have. I know we were hoping to see him at some point, but he's loving his retirement life, and that's great. Don't know if there's anything. Did you get a chance to speak with him?
Initially, when we learned the news that he was going to receive the King Charles III Coronation Medal, he had expressed interest in attending in person. And then I think there was a delay on him receiving the medal. He received it, I think, just before Christmas. And then so he and I spoke, and he said he would be fine with just a report going to the board, and he didn't necessarily want the sort of the public recognition in person. So he was happy to have this come forward on that basis.
Yeah, I figured he didn't want it. But that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve the congratulation anyways. So I do want to make sure that we took a second to acknowledge that he did receive that King Charles III Coronation Medal, and thank him again for everything he did during his year as policing. So congratulations to him. If there's nothing else on any of the 6 items, we can receive them all together. So the recommendations that items G1 through G6 on the consent agenda for January 19th, 2026 be received for information. Marie and Anita, all in favor? And that carries. Any questions or statements by the board members? Okay. Bylaws. That the following bylaw be given a first, second, and third reading and finally passed. And it's 2026-01, being a bylaw to amend bylaw round 4? Okay. Being a bylaw to provide rules governing the proceedings of LaSalle Police Service Board.
So move.
By Morse, support. By Marie, all in favor. And that carries. Our next meeting is scheduled for March 16th, 2026, and that is at 4:15 for committee and 5 p.m. for public. That's it. Meeting adjourned. Thanks for joining us.